We're back after a failed start, back on Darkside v 3.0. It's gonna be a bit more. It's gonna be one of those games where the opponents are going to fail. You know, somebody is going to fail to be far enough forward. Somebody's going to fail to hold, as that is always the fear in this style of map, where it's 8v8, 1v1 sort of lanes. I guess it's maybe not quite 1v1 sort of lanes. It's kind of 2v2 more of a structure maybe, right? Nikaton and Slayer kind of head out here on this side. Green and Garbaggio kind of come in here. Koskarkanit and Alex Speed coming over here, and then Light and Dutch Taylor coming over here. And I think it's because of the impassable hills here that's kind of the structure you want to go for, because getting to come up and dominate up here is very nice. That's kind of where you want to be. So, no wind, of course. That's another interesting thing about Darkside. It's going to be pure solar. Pure solar. So it's very interesting, the dance that you get to do because of that when you're upgrading your eco to fusion, where you're eating solar after solar after solar just to get up to that next tier of eco. It'll be interesting to watch. Hopefully I can catch the person who's ecoing hardest in the act of ecoing and show that off this game. Hopefully Nikaton will give us a masterclass. So, as we saw last game, Rompy, honestly, I feel like he was swinging above his OS there. 38 OS seems a little bit low. Seems like he's just kind of ending up in these games where it's much harder to carry the entire team than you think it is in an 8v8 game. So, but he's making a great impact for his team, and I'm certain we're going to get some more out of him. I'm very curious. I think it'd be really cool if there were some geothermals on this map. I think that'd be a very cool one. I think putting geothermals on no wind maps makes the geothermals even more important, which is an interesting, addition to play. What's going to be interesting to me, I feel like I would want somebody like Alex Speed to take charge of building some air constructors and getting all of these back mixes, like build 2 air constructors and get this back stuff, because sending a constructor all the way back here, I feel like that's so tedious and long and sucks. And you want all of your stuff going forward, really. Of course, you want to be taking the space, and having to go backwards, not what you want to do. And then, of course, so can we now see how much metal? Yes. Okay, so how much metal is just kind of floating around here? 300. There's actually, is this 600? 600. So there's about 1,000 metal floating around probably in both of these craters. Yeah, it looks like. And just more pieces skirting about. And Dark Blue knows it. Nikaton knows it. He's out here with the Slurper. He says, "Yes, I will in fact take the 1,000 metal in front of me. Thank you very much." That's crazy. I mean, there's basically 2 isthmus fronts worth of metal floating around in these craters here, and that's not even considering the extra 100 or 2 that's just floating around in the back and in the lanes. So terrifying. And his resbot has not died. If he can keep it alive, this is... Whoa! Oh boy, they're letting it live. It's alive. Wow, that's big. And oh, Alex Speed coming up with his own resbots contesting the metal alongside Mr. Light here, who's lowest OS on the team, but he's doing it right. Oh, bring him into the crater though. No, your units need to be in the crater. That's where the metal is. Or, I mean, I guess if you want to push him, you could maybe try and cut in, but he needs to help his homies. There's so many resbots here. No. Come on. Yes. Okay, this is all Dutch Taylor's job. Dutch Taylor needs to hold here. Poor little Tushev in this very medium level lobby. Ooh, losing a con. Blitz is doing the thing. Oh god. Red team is taking advantage of this lane badly. Rompy is coming up to fight. Rompy is ready to fight. And Nikiton is not microing quite as nicely as he wishes he was. This happens to everybody. You can't harp on anybody too hard for that. Blitzes, okay, they died, thank God. This is pretty rough terrain. Yeah, this is pretty rough terrain here. It's very, very up and down. So the path, I don't think, was probably very clear for his blitz, because this is actually a. It's not really a crater, I guess. It's kind of just a slight sort of a crater. He really wanted. It looks like he really would want to come in like that. He was almost there. We have, by the look of things, picked up a lot of the metal. A lot of the metal here. Yep, most of it's gone now. A lot of it's been, there's been more added to the pile, unsurprisingly. I wish we were starting to see some maces. Okay, we are starting to see some maces. Slayer is here with some maces. They are starting to die, though. Ping, ping, ping. Oh god, yeah, we've got AFK. Oh no. Let's tell it to him. Oh, no, okay, he's making units now. What, I wonder what he was doing. That was crazy. I would be pretty pissed if I was Nikiton. This is one of those moments where you're like, fuck me, I've got so much weight on my back already, huh? Bro has got 4 solar collectors and a battery after sitting AFK for that long. I mean, I think he definitely made units. We definitely have seen some units out of him already, but that's not good. Now, yeah, look at this now. Rompy gets to build up here. He gets to start getting these 3.2s. Ooh, at least Slayer's keeping up on his mixes, so that's pretty equivalent. Yeah, as we can see, red is creeping ahead in metal per second already. Metal produced is basically even, so that's still good for the blue team. We're still pretty much equal. Garbaggio is proving he's not so Garbaggio. Look at this. Yeah, he's taken all these mexes now. Green, by the way, just walking his commander over mexes and not taking them. Very disappointing. Always be taking mexes, especially with your commander if you're just walking over it. These ticks from VDB have just been forgotten. They could literally be ending the game, I would say, if you can just take out the construction power here, or just, I mean, you could definitely kill green, I would say. Kill this guy, kill all that, kill all this back stuff, but VDB has forgotten about it, so good on Alex Speed, he gets there, he gets it done, he gets it taken out. Red definitely has more of the mexes on their side of the field, as green is just refusing to take 4 of his. -8 metal per second is so bad. Ooh, look at it, yep. So bad. -8 metal per second is you know, almost 10% of your entire team's metal right now, so it's not looking too hot for blue team in the early game. As Rompy is taking the 3.2 mexes, he has got his vehicle lab set up. That is something that is worth talking about, right? On these moon maps, these no-wind moon maps, vehicles are usually going to be very good, because there's going to be a huge amount of open space, and there still is, even though, of course, we see all of this rough, rugged terrain in the back. It's still passable. You'll be able to get over it eventually, and especially if you've got a big ball. So in the end, it doesn't really matter that it's a little bit hilly. Very, very abusable by tanks on this map. So starting to get this going forward is a very big advantage for red team, in my opinion. Having your construction forward is always better, right? We can see, like, Garbaggio has all of these units here. He's got, let's say, like 16 units almost, yeah, that aren't at the front, but he has paid for them. And so now the front is falling because he's only actually got 5 units at the front, even though he has a total of 23, you know, or 22, or whatever that really added up to. And then red team, right, has like less units than him in total here even, right? They do have very high impact pounder mixed in. But in general, they have less units than him in total, but they're walking, and so they're not there to have the impact, and that's why you really always want to be trying to push your lab forward, and it's also worth considering teching up when you do. Now, of course, actually, Rompy making me eat dirt, not eating his lab in the back, and has made a lot of spam for himself, which is, of course, always another very reasonable option. Kol Sarganet has taken the opposing crater. The blue team still has a chance here. Nikoten is holding. Yes, he likes tanks, I think. This man likes tank. Uh-oh. The radar sees it, bro. Where are the spam pings? Where are the spam pings? Where are the spam pings? Oh god. Oh god. The pawns are in. Okay, yes, go fight the thugs. Oh no, micro the thugs better. Uh-oh. The thugs are now a lot worse. VDB complaining because it's a 4v1 with Vesson on his team, but he hasn't zoomed out to see that his team has actually got incredible shit going for it right now. Green just making Rocketeers and not responding at all. Pay attention to the game, folks. There's units coming for your shit. It's on the radar. But we have talked about it before, and I think it's worth mentioning. There wasn't any spam pinging going on. I think it's also crazy that Rompy just like giving the respect to Nakaten here to not take out his base. Crazy. Yeah, Nakaten's got all of his production. He has been greedy and moved his production forward in this critical moment when Rompy is just eliminating everything and he could be dead. Everything could be dead. And I'm Garbaggio just desperately trying to hold on as it is. He's just desperately trying to hold on as it is, but Rompy's not having it. Rompy's not having it. He doesn't want to have another long, drawn-out game. He just says, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, man. VDB resigning. He's trying to make the red team resign. He's like, no, the blue team deserve this win. Vesson is like, yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? Which is valid. Although I would be kind of crashing out too if I was VDB. But hey, he's held, and that's what counts. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Oh, maybe not holding quite so much anymore, although, yeah, getting some slick D guns off. Commanders really can take a lot of hurt. Why? Okay, see, and this is that moment where it's like, you need to be using your D gun juice, folks. This is D gun juice time. Yeah, we've got plenty. We're loaded up. We were loaded up. That could have. This should be like 3 or 4 left. There should only be like 3 or 4 tanks left there right now, in my opinion. Dutch Taylor not making the most advantage of his commander. Poor I'm Garbaggio. At least somebody is helping revive Mr. Alex Speed. Hopefully he's giving back to the team as well. There you go. He's a good man. That's a good man right there. That's a good man. That's a good man. Helping the team from a winning position. He's mounting an attack of his own. Kalsa Rakonit needs to be like helping his homie. Well, Green also could be helping his homie, and he's not doing that either, but so who am I? Dark Blue trying to do a tier 2 transition, which he should, I mean, he knows better. I don't know what he's thinking. As Dark Red got to do a tier 2 transition because he of course has he has 4. Wow, and they're already going up to tier 2 as well. He had all of these mixes, so Rompy of course gets to do it. Nakaten doesn't because he doesn't have any mixes. So a bad game out of Nakaten. He's walking his commander though. Oh wait, and he got his tanks. Nope, I take it back.
Commander destroyed.
Holy moly, what a back and forth. Still some Jaguars in the back line from Rompy. Rompy's making more. We're trying to micro people to please, for the love of fucking God, handle this. Handle this. The Jaguars having huge impact on incredibly low HP because, of course, they're running the fuck away. The LLT! We needed a hero and the LLT was there. Why would you put an LLT there? Who the fuck knows? But it was there and it was the hero. Green gets to survive and continue to never use his units. This is so crazy. Like, no counter attack, no scouting, no helping. You're just sitting here doing nothing. Like, it's just reprehensible to come and play a team game and just sit here jerking yourself off and not even do anything. And that's like one of these big problems in this game that you're always gonna have to deal with, where it's like, well, my teammate in quotation marks could help me, but he just has done it not at all. He's got fucking seven batteries, and he's not converting a bit of it. Oh no, 8 batteries. He's got 8 batteries. They're completely full, not converting a bit of it, and he's just making pawns. Okay, they went and fought. Thank God. They went and fought before it got too bad. Jesus. And now we've got more Jaguars in our face. This line of LLTs plus a Warden will definitely hold off the Jaguars, so that's good. But yep, the Mausers are going to start getting to work. Ooh, it's hard for Nico. But for Nico. So, what? I think a Banisher or two could really start getting the job done here. Getting a bit of radar up, very crucial for him, as his Warden gets the enemy Warden through a jammer. Crazy. Banisher gets its first shot off. Okay, we need to be aggressive with the units right now, but yeah, we can't throw them away. Okay, we've already taken down the Warden, and we've seen it, so now we're really just getting to push forward. The Vanisher has, like, and we need to be noticing, Nico needs to be noticing right now, like, the units are obviously pushing forward. We have a radar bot, that wasn't jammed. We need to be microing our Banisher back. And now, of course, he's like, oh my god, Slayer, move your units, bro. No, dude, move yours. That's embarrassing. Use your Vanishers. This thing wouldn't be alive right now, and this would probably be at like half health already if you had that Banisher alive still. Like, these units are no joke. That was a third of Rompy's commander's HP. If he gets the D-gun, oh, disgusting D-guns out of Rompy, but he trades his commander for it. This factory is barely holding on. The Mausers are almost dead now, though. There's 2 left. So I think Nico gets to hold. That's insane. But I think Nico gets to hold here. No, the Jags are getting on top of it now. Green is having impact. 0-0 green. No, 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 stop! Oh, God, he feeds all of his pawns onto a commander explosion. And now this is fucked because the Banisher is about to die. Still not getting micro back properly. Look at how big that circle was before your Banisher died, you idiot. Why do you make those then? Just make a Tsar or a Tigers. Ah, micro them, bro. You're 52 OS. What else are you doing? Anyway. On this side, VDB has pushed back still on Dutch Taylor and Light, but they haven't crumpled, which is always key. Culsa Raconnet has reinforced Garbaggio and is having impact, but Benji has been allowed to get up to tier 2. He's got, oh, these are Sheldons and not Hounds, so those are going to take a lot longer here to really get the impact, especially if the Thugs are allowed to remain somewhat close. There are Pounders coming in. Ooh, this is looking pretty dicey for Culsa Raconnet. I think he's going to end up just kind of, this is going to peter out, you might say, and there's not a lot of places he can take it. He can take it here into this cluster of mexes. So maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he can, I think here, this is one of those times where you get to split your units up. And you want to not just kind of like move as a group in one direction. Because this is going to take a while still to kill your shit. Oh, Benji's microing it well. He's making sure to kind of keep the option open, not letting himself get corralled towards his base and letting his extra eco get cut off over it. No! Culsa, keep going. Yes, the eco. Very good. Culsa was about to start retreating, but now he's sending his thugs after more eco. And see, he's splitting up into groups now. See, he's got this little group that's going to peter out and die to keep the Sheldonians busy, and then he's got the rest making actual impact onto eco. While in the back line, apparently Alex Speed already has been cutting through Vesson and is now blowing up VDB mercilessly. Benji's ready to concede. I don't really blame him, but he needs to just keep microing this ball. He needs to get a radar on it, and some what are they called? The extra accuracy buildings. I don't see a tier 2 constructor. Pinpointers. Some pinpointers, and this Sheldon ball is more than enough to hold. It would be really savage if blue team predicted the Sheldon ball moving to try and hold these guys. and put more units into this split off group here. This is beautiful from Culture Recon. He did this fantastically, where he sent out all those thugs, forced back the Sheldons. They couldn't, they weren't DPSing hard enough. Why is he, okay. I don't know why he walked away from all of this eco, but he did. I guess he just all hotkeyed there, unfortunate. But the concept was really there. That was beautiful. That was beautiful micro. Love to see that. Rompy though, still pretty strong. Still pretty strong out here. He's still got these tier 2 3.2s up, so that's always nice. Like, yeah. Nico still not on a lot of tier 2 mixes here. He's just got these ones in the front, of course, which are the good ones. They are the plus, gives him a total of plus 29 through those. Okay, so Rompy's got a Starlight up still, so that's pretty big. That'll be pretty big impact. I feel like this is really the moment where you need to put your banishers on hold fire, engage in some higher tier micro, put your banishers on hold fire, and click the Starlight with some spam. We need, I think he really, what he's hoping for is a tier 1 a tier 1 vehicle lab, so that he can pump out some rascals for, you know, because that's the Cortex tick, baby. Green has decided it's finally time to feed onto Rompy's tier 2 pork, as Garbaggio has emboldened him from the high ground. So here we go. Let's watch as this pitbull gets about 40 kills. Oh, maybe it's not enough. I'm kind of surprised. I would have figured that those pawns would have just literally fallen right over. Huh. Okay, pitbull's not that good. Need a couple. Okay. Okay. You can still take down a pit bull or two with a large clump of tier 1 folks. I really thought that one would have held like everything there, but good re-micro from Rompy. He's got to turn his shit around. So, yep, get those bulls on top of those rocket bots. Make him feel the pain. Red team's really been cleaved in two here, but VDB held on. He did make a fairly strong front now. Light is sending in more maces to continue to harass more eco. It's a lot of metal that you lose like this, which is what really sucks about it. You gotta start reviving it, and once you're on tanks, you know, you don't got a lot of revival power no more. You need to put down a bot lab. Get your revival on here. Well, I guess honestly not a lot of this is super revivable. It's mostly like thugs. Might as well eat it. Might as well eat it. So Rompy is really doing his best, but he's getting pincered, and this is when it just becomes impossible, right? Like, you have this Starlight, you've got these bulls, but Nico's been able to get up a decent amount of banishers now, and so yeah, your bulls are just starting to actually die. You're getting stormed by tier 1 from behind. This is looking pretty dire. This one is looking pretty dire for a red team, and I mean it just, wow. Goes to show the power of the attack to the backline. I mean, I'm really devastated by the fact that Rompy didn't take more advantage of his run by to kill Nico. I mean, Nico's the only reason that blue team could hold this side post him rushing tier 2. Right, that was the only thing between him and getting through, and then Slayer just happened to have a couple thugs laying around. So, I think if he'd blown up Nico's eco, would have been really nice. Probably could have been way easier. I like it. Alex Speed revived the advanced solars, but he kept those for himself. What a guy. The Sheldons, by the way. Wait a minute. Okay, the Sheldons are there. The Sheldons are there. Oh, but Rompy, okay, Rompy disconnected. Let's see something. I gave him 2 jags to deal with your comm and medium tanks. Here, and straight into pork. Too many LLT. Yeah, I think, so it sounds like somebody got given a decent amount of units, but Nico had just enough towers that they just got run through, by the look of things. Easy avoid, yeah, honestly. It's always going to be tough with these games where you just, like, at a certain point you're like, I just have to trust you and hope that it works. Oh, a zipper of grunts. Beautiful. At a certain point, you're just like, okay, I need somebody to take this micro off my hands. I need to release culpability of this micro so that I can continue to micro and scale. And you have to trust somebody. And when that person lets you down, you know, they're 25 OS, 28 OS, and then they let you down, it really is so disheartening because you're like, man, I wanted to trust you in this team game. It sucks. But also, it doesn't sound like Rompy exactly gave him a ton to work with. But, you know, whatever. What can you do? I really think it's a tricky game where it's like, well, I need to hand off this micro to somebody, but can I trust you? Probably not. Probably not. I think everybody's had that moment on Supremismus where you give your front a Starlight, you give them some Mausers, and you look back a minute later, and it's your fat boy's laying nose first in the dirt, and you're like, damn it. Look at this. Grunts, ticks, the answers to Sheldons. Always have been, always will be. Sheldons just can't do enough damage. You can be walking backwards, but you're at half speed. Or less. Ooh, I think he just blew the last couple up to deny any metal, because, I mean, yeah, it's quite a decent amount of metal on the ground there, so not a bad play. Booming the Sheldonians. But yeah, now we just get to die, I think. I don't think VDB is ever getting through all of that tier 1, and even if he is, Kalsa can back him up and Alex can back him up. So, well, a good hold by blue team in the end here.